Part two on the democratic issues this country is facing. The Democratic Party has major issues. Beyond the defund the police, the next issue would be immigration. We have to get better policies on immigration. We cannot continue to be the party that condones illegal immigrants coming into this country. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 or 100,000 or 1,000,000. It doesn't matter if they come from the most war-torn country there is, like Ukraine, where there's almost 1,000,000 refugees sitting here right now who have left their country because it's at war. And we're refusing to honor our agreements we signed and defend that country. And even under Joe Biden, we jokingly gave them ammunition and weapons and some funds. But did we step up to the plate and do the thing we said we would? No, we walked away. We washed our hands. We said, here's some ammunition, here's some weaponry. And then Joe Biden slow walked everything. That was a failure on his part. That was a failure on the party's part. We can't necessarily be the party that wants to rush to war. That's been the Republicans the last, 3 wars? We need to be the party that stands for democracy, stands for freedom, stands for America. And to be that party, we have to get a crystal clear message that says that. But when it comes to immigration, we can't be the party that allows illegal immigrants, or even though it's a civil issue, not a criminal issue, to come in this country and hide out, seeking no attempt at going through the process to become naturalized or get a visa. And this is directed to the governors that are directing their people. We have to get these people through the process. Right now, with the way the Trump administration is hacking the federal government apart, that is only going to become more complicated and possibly impossible. But at least get them in the process. If you have, and as J.D. Pritzker and other governors have said, illegal immigrants that are criminals in your city or your town or your state, get rid of them. And prove that Democrats can be tough on crime. Prove we're not out for defund the police. And then send that message out. Bang that drum. That's where the Republicans win. Immigration is one of those things that is a catalyst. It started in the southern states and now it's spread. And now MAGA is banging the drum that, again, the Democrats are the weak party. We have to change that we are not weak. We are for everything else every American's for. Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, freedom, democracy. Yes, this is a Republican democracy, but we should at least get our politicians that we elect to do something. The Democratic Party has put out a handful of videos, and only recently, and has really done nothing for 40-some days while Donald Trump has been in office. This is the weakness that we have seen when it comes to major issues. The passiveness. Even in power, we try to reach across the party line, the divide, and work things out. Schumer was good at that. Pelosi at times was good at that. Pelosi really irritated the MAGA base and most Republicans, but she still did work across the aisle when it came time to get things done. Hakeem Jeffries has proven to be good at that, but Hakeem Jeffries has proven not to be good at getting his word and his message out. The same with Schumer. It's time for the Democratic Party to step up and get some fresh ideas. Reimagine what we have, or reimage it, repackage it to something different if you want to keep it. I'm all for transgender rights if that means that they can have the same job, go to the same church, shop at the same grocery store, have all that. If they want to get married and have coming from somebody who's had the experience, lose half their stuff, go for it. All for it. You have the same freedoms I do. I shouldn't, and no one else should be able to tell anyone else who they love or anything else. But if you're standing for trans rights about a man who, even though technically whatever he goes through medically may actually qualify himself in some aspects as a female. On the athletic side, you can't have that. You're going to lose that debate every time. We need clearer messaging. We need new faces, because the same old faces have worn out and gotten old. We need the aggressiveness of Representative Al Green from Texas we saw last Monday, and his acceptance of consequences. There's going to be some consequences for us about facing and adjusting our image and our messaging. But if we don't do that now, we will lose the next election for everything, possibly. Sure, you may pick up a seat here or there, but MAGA has all the keys to the castle right now. If we're just going to stand by and bet on them failing, that's that passiveness that lost us this last election, while we waited around for Joe Biden to figure out what he was doing. It was time for Joe to go. If Joe didn't want to go, he needed to be told to go. And Kamala got no time to set up, which usually takes 2-3 years, to put together a campaign, and lost by a couple points. A point. Had she had the opportunity to put together a true economic package, immigration package, policies, get messaging out, hire grassroots, get this message built out on a ground level like Obama did, then we'd be having a different conversation now. But Biden wasted our time. And Biden wasted multiple opportunities when he was in the White House. That should have been something Democrats, yes, we are very good at keeping ourselves united, but we are very bad about calling ourselves out at our failures and fixing those failures. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge is broken. And right now the party is broken at a level that is going to cost elections and literally hand everything to the Republican Party. If you think you've seen chaos now, just wait. This new CR they're going to pass is going to allow the White House to dictate funding. And it will go through, because our Democrats will literally cave and fall under pressure, fearful of triggering a government shutdown. If they do have the gumption or audacity to do a shutdown, it will be short-lived. And they'll get blamed. If you're going to shut down the government, you need to do it with a clarified messaging, platform, and get that message out to everyone that you're doing this because you're standing up for the American people. They haven't even begun that. You can't start that after. You have to start that before. We can't hand the White House the entire wallet and say, do what you want, but we will. This is part 2. There'll be a part 3 later. Everyone have a great Sunday afternoon. Thanks for watching.